We're interrupting our programming to take you straight to London to hear from the UK's brand new Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson and his US counterpart John Kerry.
Have this early opportunity to welcome the Secretary of State to London and for a key meeting with our international partners to discuss Syria and the Yemen and the conflicts there. Secretary Kerry and I have just come from a very productive bilateral meeting. I want to pay particular tribute to the leadership and dedication John continues to provide on the many challenges and threats facing the world today, not least the situation in Syria. The special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom remains strong and vital, and we continue to advance mutual interests and tackle shared challenges. Secretary Kerry and I will shortly be joined by European colleagues for a meeting on Syria. Syria continues to be ravaged by the twin evils of a long civil war and the inhumanity of Daesh terrorism. The international community, under the umbrella of the International Syria Support Group and the chairmanship of the United States and Russia, came together in order to create a pathway to peace. We set out a clear plan in February of this year: a cessation of hostilities, access for humanitarian aid for all those in need, and UN-led political negotiations leading to agreement on a framework for a genuine political transition. But after an initially promising start, we are still short of where we need to be. The current situation on the ground in Syria is dire. Heavy bombing by regime forces in and around Aleppo, and there's an escalation of fighting in Daraa. In Aleppo, there's also 300,000 men, women and children besieged, and the sole surviving access route for humanitarian aid has been cut off. The whole country is facing another terrible humanitarian catastrophe, and therefore a potential leap in the number of refugees seeking to escape Syria. Secretary Kerry has been working tirelessly with the UN and Russia to try to resolve these challenges. Russia, in particular, has a unique ability to persuade the Assad regime to end the carnage and return to the negotiating table. So, we seek those with influence over the Assad regime, including Russia and Iran, to ensure humanitarian access to the besieged areas in line with UN Security Council resolutions and commitments made as members of the International Syria Support Group. And I'm looking forward to discussing all these issues and challenges shortly. Later this evening, Secretary Kerry and I will be joining foreign ministers from Saudi Arabia and the UAE to discuss Yemen. The UK is fully supportive of the UN process and the good work of the UN Special Envoy. We are clear that a political solution is the only way forward. I encourage the parties to engage in good faith, without preconditions, to respect the cessation of hostilities and to work towards finding a solution for the people of Yemen. Let me finish by saying something about what I want us in this country to achieve with our foreign policy over the next few years, because obviously there's a change that took place from the events of June the 23rd onwards. And I want us to reshape Britain's profile as an even greater global nation, a Britain that is more active, more outward-facing, more energetic on the world stage than ever before. And clearly, as I've been saying repeatedly over the last few weeks, on our relations with the European Union, we have to give effect to the will of the people. But that does not mean in any sense leaving Europe. That would be that word properly understood. That would be geographically, historically, culturally, intellectually, emotionally impossible. After we've completed our extrication from the treaties of the European Union, after the negotiations, what I want to see, and I believe on this you and I are at one, John, is more Britain abroad, more of a UK presence on the world stage. And I think we now have a very exciting opportunity to achieve that. It's going to be a very busy, but I'm sure a very worthwhile afternoon. Thank you very much. John, over to you.